Hi everyone, peace, love, and prosperity to you all. This is Renee with the Hermit's Moon, and I am here to do the weekly energy guidance reading for all my Patreon. And I just thank you so much right now for all of your support. This is going to be for the week of January 26th through February 2nd. And I really like to think of this, even though I'm saying this is our energy reading for this week, this is going to be a timeless video. So if you are watching it in archive, the message could still resonate and apply to you. But let's just say a blessing over our cards real quick. Holy Spirit, Mother, Father, God, guides, guardians, ancestors, and angels, we welcome you to this space. Please help us to know without a doubt the messages that are meant for us. And please help us to receive those messages in the love and light with which they are intended. Let nothing but truth and accuracy flow from these decks. In Jesus' name, amen, aho, and so it is. Okay, guys, so let's see what the week ahead has for us. We're just going to pick one card random here. What I'm going to do, I will probably share the oracle part of this on YouTube, but the tarot is for my Patreon members only. So if you really would like to see what the second half of this reading has, there's going to be a lot of good detail and good guidance. Join us on Patreon. Again, that's the Hermit's Moon. Okay, so let's see what energy we have here. Okay, the Temple Path in reverse. So what I'm getting from this energetically, what it says to me is you might be having some confusion about your path. What directions do you need to take? Where do you need to start? What decisions need to be made? And that's okay. We all need to come up with a plan to figure out the best route to get to our dreams. So you might have a little bit of trouble at the beginning of this week, but I would just advise you to sit down and think about the direction you want to take with your life. What are you trying to manifest? What needs to be done to reach those goals? Just take some time to reflect. You'll get there. You'll figure it out. But just take a moment, contemplate that. The next section of our reading is going to be for the abundance angels, and we're talking about our money here. That was about just our path in general. You know, what lies ahead for us this week? What direction do we need to go to reach our goals? This one is going to be strictly pertaining to our abundance. Let's just pull a random card. Okay. Have courage to ask for and accept help. Okay, asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when we ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. Okay, so we've had this message come up in our daily law of attraction reading too. We had the angel card, helpful people, show up. This is just telling us, make sure that you are putting out those good karma vibes. If you are willing to put help out for people, be willing to receive that and be open to receiving that. You know, a lot of times pride will get in the way. We think, no, I'm going to do this all on my own. I don't want anybody's help. But you're robbing someone of the blessing of being that generous soul and helping another person. And you don't deprive someone of that good feeling. Think about how you feel when you extend a helping hand. Make sure you're allowing someone else to do that too for you. Okay, now let's look at our romance angels. What might be ahead of us relationship-wise in the week ahead? Okay, let's just pick a random card. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, this may not be just about your romances either. This could be your partner might be having this issue. Maybe you're having it, and it can be anything from alcohol, drugs, sex, bad relationships. What are you addicted to in life that might be affecting your relationships? Now, this could also be, maybe, are you spending your money wisely? Are you using money as a way to comfort yourself? Maybe overspending. A lot of people do that. I myself have had, full disclosure here, I've had my own issues with alcohol, and addiction is my family disease. So I can totally relate to how this can play out in someone's life and how things can suddenly get out of control. So take a look at yourself, reflect, do some self-reflecting. Is there anything in your life that you're placing too much importance on? Just take a moment and think about that. And there is no shame in getting help. The very first step to admitting there's a problem is the first step you take to overcoming that. So don't be afraid to do some reflecting and ask yourself, is my relationship with alcohol healthy? Is my relationship with food healthy? It's not just, we have this idea that it's drugs and alcohol are the only things we can get addicted to, and that's not the case. So take a moment to reflect, guys. It might be time to ask yourself some hard questions, and that's okay. Get the help you need. We're here trying to live our best life. That's the whole reason why we're doing these readings. Okay, let's just take the top card here. What is some information our guides have for us? What is something they would like for us to know? Loneliness. When you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May I embrace and love my solitude. And that's when kindred spirits can finally come. Okay, there is a big difference between being lonely and being alone. I am someone who I enjoy my alone time. It's very easy for me to spend time alone and totally be happy. In fact, I'm probably almost too far the other end where it's too easy for me to be alone. But what do you need to do in your life to draw people to you? Are you comfortable with yourself? Do you like what you see when you look in the mirror? Are you someone that you would want to spend time with? Can you be a positive force in someone else's life? Can you be the helper that sends positive energy someone's way? Is that something that you should be striving for? When you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. A lot of us, we are so afraid of being lonely that we will accept anybody into our space, and that's dangerous. That can be when you really develop toxic relationships, people that are not good for you. Maybe their issues are affecting your life. Is that something that could be possibly going on for you? This is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate with everyone. But these are just some thoughts that we're putting out there that are maybe just to do some self-reflection. Have that hermit moment. The hermit is the seeker, but he looks within for the answers. Look within and ask yourself these questions. Okay, I'm going to stop the YouTube tape now. Like I said, we would love to have you on Patreon if you want to join in. We're going to dig into the tarot now and see what our cards have for guidance for us through there. If you would like to have more information on these weekly energy readings, I highly recommend it. I love to use tarot and oracle together for guidance. And the tarot, the oracle is just another layer to what the tarot can teach you and tell you about yourself. It's not so much about predicting what's going to happen in our lives as we use tarot for a tool for spiritual growth. So if you haven't already joined us on Patreon, you are more than welcome to do so. Please do. Peace and have a beautiful week, YouTube. Now, Patreon. I'm so happy to have you all here with us. we are going to dive into the tarot cards now to see what they have to say about the oracle messages that we've gotten. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to look for my glasses because these, I need to be able to see better. Old eyes, guys. Sorry. Okay, that's going to be better. Okay, what guidance can you give us, Spirit, for the oracle messages that we shared here today? Let's go a little bit deeper with the message. What is our week? What do we need to know this week? Let's just give the cards a really good shuffle. I hope that this reading is resonating with you. Like I said, not every bit of it will apply, but I hope something is touching your heart, giving you an aha moment. Okay. Whoops, let's fix that. Hang on, guys. Okay, so we have the World, and we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords. Wow, that's interesting. That fell in the Addiction card, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay, guys, let's dig into this message. So Temple Path, we were saying, that is relating to our path. What do we need to do in order to gain the world? This card is about a cycle ending and a new one beginning. So maybe we're going to leave a path of confusion, because right now that's what we're talking about this week, is what can we do to move forward and create a better life for ourselves. And remember, I told you we need to contemplate, come up with a plan, sit down and think about what you need to know, what you need to do in order to propel yourself forward in the space that you're going to be in life where you can manifest the life of your dreams. The World is about lessons learned. So take a moment for some reflection, sit down, come up with a plan, and then let's move into a new cycle, guys. I love it that y'all are here with me because I'm ready to take my path in a new direction. And I'm so grateful that you all are on the same page with me and that you're joining me for it. We're going to have a lot of good things in 2020. We're going to make it a good year. And let's use this World card energy to end one cycle and begin another. Oh, boy, I've got these cards awful close together here. Okay, for our finances, remember our abundance angels, have courage to ask for and accept help. And this is the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is about, I call it the Thief in the Night card. And remember what I told you. Be open to receiving help from other people, not only because you need it. We all need a helping hand every now and then, but also because you're giving someone the blessing of being a helper to you. And like I said before, remember how great it feels when you can help someone on their path, when you see somebody who's in need and you provide that help and that reassurance that they need. Don't rob someone of that, guys. The Thief in the Night, this card is about, in this particular circumstance, I feel like it's about pride. Don't be that proud person that thinks, oh no, if I accept help, I'm weak. No, you're not. We're talking about good karma flow here. The help that you send out to other people is going to come back to you. It might be just the thing you need to put you in a better place where you can manifest a better job, a better financial situation. But don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to extend that helping hand. And don't rob someone of the chance to be that earth angel and help you. Okay, let's put it there. Now here, this is interesting, guys. Remember I told you, all right, the codependency card, addictions are affecting your romantic life. This Ten of Swords, that is the card that I always refer to as the rock bottom card. And if you have ever been in the sober community or read any books about, now I'm going to use alcohol as an example because that, like I said, is something that I have had to struggle with in my life. The Ten of Swords is the rock bottom card. And the beautiful thing about rock bottom is there's nowhere to go but up, baby. So even though this guy, look, it's despair. And that might be where you might be at with whatever you're having an addiction to. Maybe it's a crappy partner. Maybe you cannot get free from the loneliness. Remember our guidance, our guides are giving the message. Maybe it's a relationship that's really giving you issues and you can't break that cycle of ending up with these bad guys or these bad women. But the Ten of Swords is saying, look, accept. Remember the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Acceptance is key when you're ready to finally get help and you're finally ready to put the bullshit behind you and move forward. And so even though it's a scary place to be, the encouraging thing to know is it's right where you're supposed to be, honey. You're right where you're supposed to be. There's nowhere to go but up from this card. Get the help you need. Break that cycle. You know, we have the world here talking about the cycles in our life, that we need to end one cycle and begin another one. It's time. Today is your day, honey. It's all good. Okay, and our guides were telling us about loneliness. When you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May I embrace and love my solitude. And that's when kindred spirits can finally come. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups. And this person has been so busy focused on the spilled milk down here, crying over all of that they don't see the good opportunity ahead of them. The Two Cups, it's not all despair, honey. You might be at rock bottom, but you're going up now. You still have your faith. You're a strong person. You can get through anything. Focus on the positive things in your world. You know, we're working on the Raise Your Vibe Law of Attraction reading. That's what we're doing. We're trying to change the mindset of always being in that negative headspace where you're actually being a magnet for more negative things to come into your life. And we are trying to turn that around so that we're emitting at a frequency where positive things come in our lives. Focus on the positive. And you know, if you are somebody who is constantly down in the dumps and woe is me, who wants to be around that? That is guaranteeing loneliness, okay? So focus on the good things in life. There's nothing bad that can come from that, ever. Okay, let's use another deck and get another layer. Another layer of wisdom of what we can do to attract the best possible week for ourselves. That's why we're here. We are finally moving ahead. We're moving up from rock bottom. There's nowhere to go from up, and that's where all my Patreons are going. I'm going to get off of that cloth because I'm trying to pull all my cards down. Okay, we had 2 cards jump. We're going to, how would we, okay, we'll put them here. And we'll stop there. Well, whenever cards jump like that, I stop shuffling and I just start taking cards off the deck. So let's see what we have here. Okay, the Temple Path. Where we're going here, we're coming up with a plan to create our life. And there are not too many cards in the deck that are more positive than the Ten of Pentacles. This is a happy home life. It's financial security. It's finally reaching that place where you're rolling in the money. See all that coin everywhere? We all want that. We're on the same page as our partner. We have happiness all around us. Our kids are happy. Our companions are all happy. Look at that. There's no better picture there. Decide once and for all this week that, you know what, I'm going to make a change. I am going to come up with a better plan. I'm going to say goodbye to this old way of doing things, and I'm going to look forward to a new life. Excellent message. We thank you for that, Spirit. Let's all hang on to this card and focus on that for the week ahead, guys. This is prosperity, money in the bank, happy home life, happy wife, happy life, happy husband. Very good energy there. And here we have Four of Wands. Okay, this is celebrating our achievements. Fours in numerology are about foundation. It's about your home life. It's about laying the groundwork to having the abundance that we want. Have courage to ask for and accept help. We aren't going to rob people of that anymore, remember? Because we want these people to be on the path with us when we finally do make that breakthrough and we have all the stability that we want in our lives. We're going to have these people that we were denying helping us, building those friendships, forging those bonds. They're going to be with us. It's all about relationship. Okay? Even in our finances. We all want, when we finally do make it, you don't want to be alone when you're at the top. That's no fun. I've met people in life that are so abundant financially, but they are the most lonely people in the world because they didn't know how to maintain relationships on that path, on that road. Along the way, they lost sight of building good, solid foundations with people. And yeah, they've got all the money that they want. They've got the lifestyle that they want, but they've got nobody to share it with. So let's always remember, work towards those goals of your finances. Don't be afraid to ask for help, but don't shut people off either when they want to help you. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Oh, here we go again, guys. This is the card of give and take. I call it the charity card. It goes really well with this message here too. But it fell in the codependency pile. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And remember, we had nowhere to go but up. So the Six of Pentacles is telling us give and take a little bit. You might be on a path. Look, it's not easy cutting a bad habit out of our lives. It's not easy breaking free from an addiction. There's going to be days where you're strong and days where you're weak. And you just have to keep your eye on the prize. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because the Six of Pentacles is that card that is receiving a helping hand and giving a helping hand. So maybe your partner is dealing with an issue. Maybe it's not you. Maybe you love someone who's battling some kind of addiction problem. You know, this might be a week that it might be good to reach out, maybe be a little more charitable in what you're doing to help them. You have to have boundaries because you don't want to be this codependent person. But you also, it's a fine line to walk. And believe me, I have plenty of experience with this. Like I said, addiction is my family disease. And addiction is not, it just doesn't affect the person that has it. It is a family disease. Everyone in the house has to deal with it. So try to be there for one another, but also have some boundaries in place, okay? But like I said also before, the first step is admitting that there's a problem. There's no shame in that. Okay, so for the advice from our guides, we have King of Swords, and this is the card of mental clarity. This is where you have mastered the ideas, the logic. You've come up with the plan over here, and you're carrying it out because this is the card of sound judgment. So, how does it relate to our loneliness card? Okay, when you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. Okay, this king knows exactly what he deserves. He looks at life from a logical point of view. So he knows how to get things done, and he doesn't let his emotions get all up in the way. You know, maybe you've been crying over spilt milk here, like we have in the Five of Cups, and you've been focusing too much on the negative. Logically, you know better. Okay? You know that you deserve better. You know that you can build those great relationships. But you have to start looking at things instead of looking at it from an emotional standpoint where you might feel like wallowing and not getting out of bed. There's going to be some things you're going to have to make yourself do, because logic is going to tell you, I'm never going to achieve these goals if I don't. So if you see yourself slipping into an old pattern with our world card here, if you see yourself slipping back in that old cycle, you got to look at it from a logical point of view to pull yourself out of that, because then you're going to build the relationships around you. You're going to overcome that loneliness. Kindred spirits will come into your life when you start following a game plan of really not being all up in your emotions so much as coming up and being logical about it. And just like with this Six of Pentacles, it's a balance. We have to balance our emotions and our logic. There's going to be a lot of balancing this week. But we've got the tools to get all that done. Okay, guys, so I hope this reading resonated with you. I hope that like I said, this is a very general reading. It's for the masses. Whoever's going to see this reading, I hope that something will resonate from it. But not every single thing is going to resonate with you, okay? You may not have a problem with codependency. You might not have placing too much emphasis on a bad area of your life. Maybe you're good at balancing your relationships and your alone time. Maybe you've come up with the plan, but there's got to be some good in every aspect here. You're going to come up, there's something is going to resonate with you that's going to click, and a light bulb moment's going to come on, and you are going to elevate to the next level, okay? You're going to come up with that temple plan. We're going to turn this card right side up this week. Our goal is to figure out what do we want to manifest and how are we going to get there. So I think this was a great reading, guys. I love every one of you for supporting me. It means so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. There's going to be a lot more videos, guys. This is just this is my very first video. And I'm just figuring out how to get through this whole stage fright, camera shy part of myself. But I promise we're going to do more. We're going to get out there. We're going to have a lot more readings. We're going to get a lot more guidance. And we are going to build the life of our dreams, guys. That's my plan, and I hope to take you along with me for the ride. I love y'all. You're part of my Moonshine tribe. Peace, prosperity, and magic, guys. Have a great week.